Alright guys, so today we're going to be making the universal joint. So you need to strip your base plate back to how it was. I'm taking off the two, the 100 piece and the 50 piece that we did for the cam and follower. You are going to need a 25 hole plate, which is going to be this small one right here. 2 gussets, which this, or what gussets look like. 1 large U-bend bracket, which is going to be this piece right here, 2 flat bearings, 1 handle, 3 shaft collars, a universal joint, which this is our universal joint, and it is in your clear containers, 2 spacers, 6 1/3 inch screws, 2 1/2 inch screws, and about 10 Kep's nuts. Oh no. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do is 2 4-inch shafts. You're going to want to attach your U bracket using your 1/3 inch screws and some Kep's nuts. So go ahead and attach your U bracket there. And then I went ahead and attached one of my flat bearings to the back, again with, I think I used 1/2 inch screws on this one and some Kep's nuts. And then you're going to take one of your 4-inch collars and you're going to put it through here where your universal joint is going to attach. So your universal joint kind of has this like little square shape inside, and you can just attach it to the shaft. So now I'm going to take a shaft collar on the outside and I'm going to secure this so I don't have to worry about it falling out. Right. So the next thing we need to do is we need to kind of create the plate that goes up at an angle. So to do that, I'm going to take my 2 gussets, and I've already attached a flat bearing right here in the middle, again with the 1/3 inch screws and the Kep's nuts to the back. And I'm going to use another screw and secure my gussets to my 25 hole plate with some Kep's nuts on the back. Now when you do this, it's going to get a little tight because you're going to have screws coming out in all areas. So you really don't want to use screws that are too large because it's really going to limit your mobility. And then you can use your key if you want to tighten it. But you kind of want it to be right in the middle. Okay, like this. And then what you do to one side, do to the other. Okay, so once you get your Kep's nuts on, now we're going to take this and we're going to attach it, and you're going to kind of want it to be like from the base plate to the universal and joint up, like at a 135 degree angle. So you're going to want it so that your gussets kind of go down with this very first hole. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. That very first hole, you want it to go down at a diagonal so you can see the 3 holes going down like that. Okay? So taking one of your screws, you're going to go ahead and put it in. I kind of put it in up a little high so that I have room because, like I said, you have a lot of screws in a small amount of area, so you don't want it to be too crowded. Just make sure that you're consistent on both ends because you don't want it to be lopsided. All right, I'm just getting guest stars on all my videos today. Oh, and then secure on the other side. All right, once you have them in, then that's when I would take my Allen key where you have it where you want and tighten it up. Because you really don't want this mechanism moving around. Okay, so now that we have this, you're going to want to take your second 4-inch shaft and put it through your flat bearing And then you want to actually connect it to the other universal joint so that the inside is going to look like this being my universal joint. Okay. And then once you have that, you just will, I always put a spacer right here, and then I'm going to put my handle down with a shaft collar on the other side to lock my handle on. Tighten it with an Allen key. And there you go. So this is the universal joint. You can see as I'm spinning it, it's moving on the back. Really, we only use a universal joint to help when we have difficult angles. So see, I can move this up more, and it kind of fell out, but you can move it down. So, I mean, it goes from rotary to rotary, input to output. So that's not the purpose of the universal joint. It's just to help you if you're trying to move things in a difficult angle. Okay? So make sure you have all your materials and your instructions for class tomorrow.